Okay, so let us start tonight's course. So today I would like to finish the chapter 2, which is the conversion rate for our marketing issues. Okay, so please have your Colab source code ready. I will 切换一下荧幕, so may I have your monitor? Okay. So first, for this 2 weeks or 3 weeks, you guys have know how to use the compiler environments in Google Colab, and you know some basic instructions for Python, and also know what is a data set, 资料集, what is the data set mean. So today I would like to introduce what is the KPI and what is the data visualization for our data analytics. 所以说我们的视觉化是非常重要的。Okay, so first, you may check my index here for the whole chapter index for the chapter 2. Okay, so first you have to mount. First, you have to start your Google server first by click one of the source code. And for this one, it will initial a Google server for us. And also we have to mount our Google Drive with your Python source code. Okay, just choose your Google account and get the permissions. And also we have to import the 3 most important packages, which is Matplotlib, this one, for data visualization. Also, we have to import pandas as data processing, and also with data analyze process with the NumPy. Okay, so we have done this before. Okay, so you guys know what is data set mean, right? We use the bank marketing data in UCI. So you have to check it. Also, first we have to import to read the CSV file first. And when we read the CSV file, which is on your Google Drive, this part is the path on your Google Drive, the path, and the Google, the path. Okay, so don't forget. And when we import the data set and we assign available to keep the data set as DF. DF means data frame. Okay, so you have to try to import the data set, another data set, which is 10% examples from original one. Okay, so basically, the total data set is more than 41,000 data records, but with this, it's only 10%, maybe 4,000 records. So you have done this before. Okay, so before we to analyze our data, so we have to know what is the dimension, the shift for your data. It's more than 41,000 records. So that means this bank, they did call for more than 41,000 phone calls for their customers to sell their term deposit, right? Okay, so the data set D2 on the 10%. Please show me the first 5 records, 前5笔的资料 head. Show me the last 10 records. Okay, so you can see the index. The last index is this one. You may change the numbers with the data you want to retrieve. If you want to retrieve 7, so you may n equal to 7. You only retrieve 7 records, maybe from in the beginning, or you use the head in the beginning, tail to retrieve the last 7 records. And also you have to get a column's name for you guys. Otherwise, you may to type in the variable name. Maybe you make a mistake. Okay, so it's easy for you guys to use columns to retrieve the column names for your data set. So make a list for the variable names. It's easy to read. Okay, so we reformat the name for the variable as a data frame. So the data frame, they will have an index number for each column. So you can use the sort. So we have quick look for last week. Also, we have to get the basic information about our data set. So we use info. So with this info function, we can get how many data, how many entity records for the data set. Plus any missing value for each variables. And also you can check the data type for each variables. So we have talked about the data set, the data frame, the data type as integer, 整数, object, category variable, 名目型的变数. Also for the last one, we call floating point, a real number. Okay, so there are the basic instructions when you do the data analytics before. Okay, so you have to go through all this function to check, to get a better idea about your data. Describe. It will show you what is the range for the age variable, right? The range, what is the standard deviation, minimum age, maximum. Mean is the average age for your customers. Okay, so you can check each variable as individual. Okay, so you just type with the variable name, so you can check each variable describe. Right? Okay, 你只要打上它的 variable name, you should get the basic information about typical variables. Age. Okay, so it's the same. Shape. Okay, yes. So for our last variable, we will find y. The variable name is y. From the data description from UCI dataset, we know this column, 这个栏位 it shows the customer, did they buy the term deposit or not? 他们是不是有买这一次的行销的推荐的商品 ？So with no, so the customer didn't buy the term deposit. But with yes, so these customers for this one, he or she should buy their product, buy their term deposit. Okay. So this is our last, the first homework for last week, right? Okay, so also we can import the data set from, okay, so Excel, right? Excel format, read CSV, read Excel, different format for your data set. The data set maybe come from open data, maybe come from your IT department, maybe from your marketing. Okay, so we have a quick review for last week material. Okay, 我们大概做了很快的简介。Okay, so for today's course, we would like to use the function for analyzing. Okay, the first things we may to change no with 0, 1 to yes to 1 to change the data type. Since we have used these functions to check the content for the variable y, it is an object, it is a category variable. They only have 2 categories, right? One is no and the other is yes. But with no and yes, it's hard for us to calculate the sum for each one. So our first object is to calculate how many customers did they buy the product. So that's why our first function I would like to introduce today is this one, apply. Apply function, like the function for C language, is a routine, like a for loop. It will automatically check all the value for us. Okay, so let me introduce the apply for you guys. Okay, so first we have to retrieve the variable y, right? Okay. Okay, so we retrieve all the variable more than 41,000， 超过了41000多笔的资料。好，我们一一的把它 retrieve 出来 and apply. So we apply a lambda function. So let me explain what is a lambda mean. Lambda function is you don't have to use the function code. If you have learned the traditional programming, so you may know the function. You have defined a function name for some process, but we use a lambda to simplify the function as one instruction. Okay, let me explain in Chinese. 我们平常呢用 function 我们可能会定义比较多的功能，但是我们现在直接用这个 lambda. It's easier for us to use only one instruction. 就是只要一行的指令 就可以去定义这个函式。Okay, so we use the lambda function to generate a function. Okay, so the format for lambda is this one. Okay, so we use the function if x, what is x? This x is come from y. The first example for df, let me check this one for you guys. HEAD, head. Okay, so right now I'm showing the first 5 rows for the y. No. So the first 5 customers, they didn't buy the term deposit. So we retrieve the first one as x to check no is equal to. Here is a logic comparison. 这边是一个逻辑的比较。So we use two equal, 两个 equal sign, not single equal. Okay, so if you use single equal sign, you may make a mistake. So to compare, we retrieve the first one, no. If the x no is equal to yes, so you know the result because no is not equal to yes. Okay, if no, not true statements, it will go to the else statement to assign 0 to. We also create to generate a new variables like conversion. 好，我们这边是产生了一个新的变数。OK， 我们在原先的资料里面呢，并没有 conversion， so we create a new variable named as conversion. So you may see here, you didn't find any conversion variable name here, right? 并没有。So okay, so we generate a new variables as conversion, and we'll keep all the lambda function for each record. Okay, so you from the first one, no, because no is not equal to yes. So it will retrieve 0 for the first one here, right? Do you understand? Okay, so let me show the tail for the y. Let me show the last 10 records for, okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? 这4个都是 yes. Okay, so you may find with this one, yes. Yes equal to yes. Then it will retrieve the right hand side, this here. So x equal to 1. So you may find when you do all the lambda function, so you may check with the tail. So you know the process, the lambda function. conversion tail. Oh, sorry, because I didn't run this function. So you have to check if you find any error message. So when I find this one, key error, conversion, that means they didn't find the conversion variable to retrieve the data because I didn't run this part. Okay, so let me run. So it will automatically to check with no and retrieve with 0, yes with 1. So you may find the conversion first 5 rows is 0, 0, 0, 0, 5 zeros, because when we check the first 5 y variables is 5 node, right? Okay, so you guys know what is the function lambda means. Also, we use the if statements to check. 好，我们其实很简单，就是把原先的 no 把它改成0，原先的 yes 改成1。为什么呢？因为我们0跟1方便我们去加总。Yes or no, it's hard to calculate 啊，就不好去计算。Okay, so you guys to check the tail. You will find 1, 1, right? 这是一样的，就在我们这边有看到了，有没有 tail this one？ 或者是我这边不用，我就是5个就好了 ，5 tail。The last 5, yes, yes， 是不是一样 ？Okay, so this 5, it doesn't take too much time to execute this function, right? So easy and efficient. 有没有很方便啊 ？Just with one instructions, you can change the data type for the target variables. Okay, it's your turn to try it. 好，练习一下。